Hey, Midwest Conference fans. I'm Paityn Tabor here on Midwest Conference Media Day, and today I'm joined by University of Chicago's Will Skowronski. Will, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate it. My first question for you, simply, what are your personal expectations for the upcoming season?
Personal expectations, are you talking in terms of like team goals as well as individual goals? Or
You you can talk about both if you want.
Okay, awesome. So personally, I would just like to play up to the standard that my coach has set for me. That's been my goal every year, and I'm just gonna try and put myself in a position to help our team, give our team the best chance of winning a conference championship. And yeah, team expectations, I think we're not settling for anything less than a conference championship this year. We've come close the past couple of years, but we've been kind of sitting on the edge of the circle looking in. And I know at least a lot of us are very tired of that. So this year we expect nothing less than a conference championship.
Will, is there a certain trait that you believe makes for a great Division III football player?
Um, the willingness to put others before himself and the team before himself. I know a lot of college football players, we're college kids, so a lot of people have a tendency to be either selfish or me first mentality. And I think what sets good players apart from the others is the willing to sacrifice time outside of football and whatnot for the benefit of the team. I think that's extremely important. It's important in terms of being on the same page with everyone, in terms of scheme, just sacrifice, the willingness to sacrifice is a big trait for me.
Tell me a little bit more about your team. What is the dynamic like in the locker room?
We're very close knit. Um, we have a lot of fun together, on and off the field. I would say loyalty is a big component that we take very seriously. Um, I mean, it's you hurt one of us, you hurt all of us type of mentality. So I would say that's probably what defines us the most.
Yeah, you guys against everything, right?
Yeah, of course.
Kind of going off of that, what is your favorite part about Maroons football?
Um, Once again, the culture that I have with my teammates. I mean, there's really nothing more rewarding than kind of the bonds that you make with each other through struggle and through facing opponents every weekend, and just the feeling that you have when you win together. Even how much it sucks to lose together, just all of that stuff is that roller coaster. I enjoy a lot.
Yeah. And speaking to your school a bit more broadly, what's your favorite part about being a student athlete at University of Chicago?
Um, I think it's just a really good balance. A lot of people like to describe it as somewhere where fun goes to die or a place that's super hard. And yeah, it is. It's difficult at times, but it keeps you honest. You know, nothing ever gets boring because there's so much to do. You're either playing football, you're taking interesting classes, or you're going out and having fun with your friends. And there's really never a dull moment where there's like nothing to do.
Mhm.
So I would say that's probably my favorite part.
Who would you say is one of the best leaders on your team and why?
Um, I'm gonna go with Paityn Capolino. He was a linebacker right next to me last year. He's probably he exemplifies everything it takes to be a leader on this team. When I talked about willingness to put yourself before others, he's probably at the top of that list. The most selfless guy I know. Last year during camp, he was dealing with a little bit of an injury, and it literally was like killing him that he couldn't be on the field with us for those couple of weeks. And like, I've just never seen anyone love the game so much and want to do the right thing for the team so much. And I think he sets an unbelievable example for the younger generation or our younger classes of incoming freshmen and sophomores and whatnot. Really, he just exemplifies what it means to be a leader.
Yeah. What have you been able to learn from him that you've sort of translated to your own career?
Um, his just obsession with the sport has been awesome to see, and it's something I've tried to replicate myself, especially after playing the sport for double-digit years. Sometimes you can take it for granted, I guess. Like you can let yourself kind of do that. And I don't know, just seeing his just constant obsession and love for the game kind of sparked that in myself again. And just looking at the upcoming season, you just kind of realize how much you shouldn't take it for granted, because it really is such a special opportunity and something that you should put your all into. And yeah, it's really cool how much he loves the game. So.
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier. You guys last season, you came up just short. And I'm kind of curious, what will it take for you guys to this upcoming season win those pivotal games against your conference rivals and kind of just continue that momentum all season to get a ring?
I think personally we need to establish more of an identity on the field. We've always had the talent. We've always been a close group, but we've never really we haven't taken that next step and come together on the field and just established kind of an attitude, a culture, an identity, a confidence about us that all championship teams have. And I think that's the next step this year is just not being like a good team, but like doing it in style, like having a little bit of a swagger about us. So I think that's the next step.
So you actually are perfectly leading me into my next question. What do you want that identity to be?
So a lot of what we talk about on the defensive side of the ball, obviously a new D coordinator coming in this year, which we're very, it sucked to see Coach Cutcomb go, but and he had his own reasons for doing that. But we have a new coach this year, and one of his quotes that I love to hear is, "We're not stopping the bleeding this year. We're making him bleed." And I like that. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go all out. We're leaving nothing on the table. It's championship or bust. So the identity has to be a little bit of an aggressive, no holds bar, not holding anything back or being cautious, just letting the other team across from you feel you, really.
Yeah, whatever it takes to win, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My last question for you, Will. At the end of the season, what do you believe will define University of Chicago's success?
What will define our success? I think what's going to define our success this year that kind of has held us back in past years is our just confidence and ability to kind of rise up to the big moments. In the past, we've lost so many close games in the past couple of years. And I think that's kind of I think that this year we're used to being in those situations. We know what to expect a little bit more, and we can kind of hit the ground running when they come and not be fazed by them like we were in years past. I know, just thinking back to a lot of those close games against Monmouth, Lake Forest, Ripon, it almost seems like we kind of gave them away, and we're sick of doing that. We're ready this year to step up to those moments. So I think that's going to be the defining point.
Well, that's all I had for you, Will. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me, and I wish you and your team the very best of luck this season.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.